Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this smoky holographic black eyeshadow wing, and I'm going to give you two lip options, so a neutral lip as well as this red lip. So let's jump right into it. So I think I'm just going to use Just Holo, which is actually funny, that's the name of the shade. And I'm going to be pairing that with the Viseart Neutral Matte Palette because it does have a black, a gray, and just some like taupe shades, some warmer shades as well that I can dip into. Going into the gray matte first, right into the crease first, and these are super pigmented, so you definitely want to go in and just lightly dip in. And I'm just going to be leaving this essentially like right there. I'm not going to take it down all the way. We're just going to really amp it up. So I'm just going in on this other eye now. And I just love the Viseart matte so much. And just a little bit more. And again, just kind of blending it outwards here. Kind of leaving it. And I have some sparkles on here because my brushes need to be cleaned. And that was the Refer 14 brush. Now I'm switching to the Game Beauty EO5. You've seen me use this brush tons and tons and tons. I love this brush for creating an eyeshadow wing, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a very much almost cat eye, smoky eye, but super cool tones with the pop of the Holo. Let me know in the comments below if you have any New Year's Eve plans. What are you doing for the evening? So essentially, I kind of ended almost about halfway. It really will depend on your eye shape. I don't like to take it all the way around. It actually visually makes my eyes look smaller if I do that. So I really just don't want to go about that way, just to kind of elongate the outside portion of the lid. Now let's see if I can do that on this eye. I would have also done my eyeshadow before my base, but since I'm filming this, I am doing it in reverse. But I would highly recommend doing your eyeshadow before your base when you're getting ready, because you definitely don't want any messing up of the base for sure. So just kind of reflected what I did on the other eye. I'm just gonna do a little check. So I think this one could be extended a little bit more. I'm just flicking outwards. Whatever shadow is on here is just getting extended. I'm not adding any more. I feel like that's pretty even. For the shimmer application, I'm going to put down some Fair Pixie Epoxy, and I'm just going to really focus it in here and then just take my pinky and blend it outwards to kind of spread it out. And using the Refer Mini 02, I'm just gonna lightly pick this up on the brush and just start to tap it on. The reason I'm using such a small brush is I really want control on exactly where I'm placing it. So I'm just slowly kind of bringing it outwards as I go further and further out. And I'm going to be blending it up into the crease as well. Look at all that Holo. It is definitely a flakier kind of shade, so you might get a little bit of fallout. Again, another reason to, for sure, do your eyes before your base, in case I didn't stress it enough. Same thing on this other eye. Put it on the inner portion and blending and tapping it outwards, just to make sure there's not too much product on, because that might end up being counterintuitive. If you put too much eyeshadow primer on, it will not be able to dry down with the shadow on top, and you might just end up having more creasing if you have hooded oily lid. So again, picked it up, and I'm just going to start in here. And I definitely have a bit of fallout on my lashes. Hopefully I can just take that off. And we're wearing the Kiss Impress Press-On Lashes in the style Wispy. So here is the eye look. Here's what the eyeshadow looks like with flash. I will be contouring with the Salt New York Taupe contour. As you can see, I have quite a bit of a dip in it. This is my absolute favorite. I believe this is like my third one maybe, and I did buy backups during their sale. And I'm going to be using this smaller brush. This is an Esom brush, the T38. I believe it came free a while ago with like an order, and I've been using it to contour ever since I got it. So I'm just kind of tapping it down into the skin. Sometimes I brush it, but I did already set a little bit and just want to make sure I'm taking it all the way. Now, because this is New Year's Eve and I'm going for a glam look, I'm going to go a little bit more harsh with this than I would usually go, but I do prefer to contour. And I like to keep it very controlled and just placing it exactly where I think where it suits my face. Just gonna go in with a little bit more. And if you feel like there's too much, you can always just go in with a sponge, or you can set it later and it will just kind of bring it down a notch. For the blush, I'm going to be using Rose from Salt New York, and I wanted something a little bit more subdued, nothing too punchy. I love me some orange blush, but it just doesn't go with this look. That look is the main focus, so I don't want to take away from it. And I'm using the synthetic brush. This is from ColourPop. I wish that they sold this one separately. And I'm going to make sure to build rather than have to take away with the blush specifically. I just like to make sure I don't put on too much, and I'm just going to put that on the highest point of my cheeks. I don't want to bring it down too much in because it just makes my face look even rounder, so I like to keep it very high up there and then kind of also merge it in with the contour that I did. Since I'm using creams, I'm going to keep it on theme with the Natasha Denona Face Glow Cream Shimmer. Love this stick. It is so beautiful. It gives you such a beautiful natural kind of glow. And I like to just apply it with my finger. Here's what it looks like. And I'm just going to tap it on very lightly. And then I'm going to take a clean finger and further spread it out so I'm not adding more. And then if I want to add a little bit more, I'll go back to the finger that had the product on it. And this is usually how I like to apply highlighter, especially if it is a cream highlighter, obviously not powder, but sometimes powder too. It just gives it a different kind of vibe. I'm going to go in with a little bit more. Next, I'm just going to set part of this just to make sure it's not sticky, and also to take away some of the contour. Like I said, went a little ham on this side. So just to bring it down a tad bit. And then obviously setting is totally up to you and your skin type. So just because I'm doing it in this video doesn't mean that you have to do it, but I do like to set the perimeter of my face usually because I hate when my hair sticks down to my face, especially in this section. Okay, I changed to something a little bit more New Year's Eve-y, if you will. So I'm going to give you two lip options. I'm going to start with the neutral one, and then I'm going to go to a red one just because it's going to be easier to start with a neutral because the red one's probably going to stain my lips. So I'm going to be starting out with a lip liner. We could also just use a lipstick and just make sure to go only around the edges of your lips. So this is the shade Foxy, and this one is from Melt Cosmetics. I'm not sure if they have these anymore because I know they had a really big sale recently and I bought like all the lipsticks because I love their lipstick formula. And I'm just going to bring it a little bit further in. Just a little bit. And then to fill in the rest, I'm going to be using the shade Hora from Melt Cosmetics. This is one of the new shades I bought. This one is like a really, really pale pinky shade. These are a drier formula, so I do recommend some sort of a lip primer or chapstick. So here's the first lip option. Nice and neutral. Doesn't bring attention to the mouth and keeps the attention up at the eyes. But you know I have to put on a red lip and make it just a really glamour look to match my really glamorous poofy sleeves. For the red lip option, I have the Rouge Dior 999 matte lipstick. And this is just a really beautiful true red. Now I don't have a red lip liner, but highly, highly recommend lining your lips before and don't just go winging it like me. Thankfully, this one has a very interesting shape, so it actually makes it pretty easy. And here's what the red lipstick looks like paired with this eye look. Lots of attention going to the eyes and the lips. Lip. Let me know in the comments below, would you prefer the red lip or the neutral lip? And let me know if you would like to see another video like this before New Year's Eve. I do have another look in mind that I think would be great and very, very sparkly. And I hope you have a happy new year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.